Good afternoon, welcome back to NomadCrib. My name is Ian, and today we're changing the name. We are now Expat Crib, and we're in my old neighborhood of Provenza. Let me explain as we do a bit of a walk and talk. So, this is the river running through my old neighborhood. I used to tell my mom in Canada I was in the middle of the jungle. She'd get all worried, but then I said, "Don't worry, Mom, because my apartment is right over there." Let's go take a look. From the river, you actually used to see my apartment, but then they built this place over Arte Dolce, the ice cream shop, actually one of the best gelato shops in Medellin, but you used to be able to see my apartment from the river over there. So let's take a walk down memory lane, and I'll give you some context as to why we started NomadCrib, now to be Expat Crib. Because I'm an expat, not a nomad anymore. So, again, for a little context, I actually moved to Medellin in 2010, but resided fully in that apartment there on the 3rd floor. I moved in and renovated that apartment in 2014. So I will add some pictures and some video to this video, again, just to give some context of me starting my life abroad in the city of Medellin. Let's go take a look at the rest of the neighborhood. So back in the day, all these places here that are now hotels, fancy little boutique hotels, were houses. And as you can see, even this one here, which is my old building of Mandala, as you can see, was an apartment building. And now, I believe it's being turned into a hotel. So I just talked to the worker there, and my old building is being renovated into a boutique hotel, just like everything else around here. Okay. When I first came here, there was a bit of a tourism back in the day down in Parque Lleras, but very, very few expats. I was like the first gringo pretty much in this neighborhood here. There may have been a couple others, but not many. So let's continue this little walkabout here. So yes, all these places here that are now liquor stores, hotels, restaurants, were just houses back in the day. So I left my teaching job in Vancouver to move to Medellin, start a new life. Again, this is 2014, I moved into this area. Okay, and you can see right here, another hotel. Everything here has changed. But I always had a nose for finding the next place. And just again, for context, I don't live here anymore. I live 35 minutes outside of Medellin in the beautiful town of El Retiro. Don't know if I could ever move back to the city, but for a lot of expats, they love it here. So I will show you the very few things that did exist here back around 2014. And they weren't restaurants and places like this. Yeah, this place is absolutely transformed. This is the tourism district, obviously, of Medellin now. Again, little coffee places like Amelia didn't exist. There was at the time a restaurant over on that corner right there. I forget the name of it, but there was a restaurant in that area. But yeah, everything has changed here right now. So let's take a little walk over here. Okay, and I'm going to take you to the things that did exist in the day. Idle Burger definitely wasn't here. But at the end of the street here, there was a bar that did exist. And we will see that. So as you can hear from all the construction sounds around, this has become the #1 tourist zone of Medellin, Provenza and Parque Lleras. So everything around here is transformed into hotels, restaurants, Airbnbs, and other things like clubs and little restaurants like this, as you can see. Beautiful restaurant right here called Turkish restaurant. Oh, thank you. Okay, called Lezzet. Is that right? Lezzet, the number? Lezzet, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful restaurant. But these were all homes before. B&B, I guess this is, as the name suggests, an Airbnb hotel, restaurant. Then again, wherever you have a up-and-coming tourism place, you've got a tattoo parlor, as you can see right here. Tattoo and piercing. So there it is. There was my home for, I lived there for just over 2 years, renovated the place. Again, I'll put up some pictures and videos, context from 2010 to 2014. But now, yeah, everything around here is hotels. And I think part of the reason is that it's such a beautiful place with so many green spaces around here, so people fell in love with it, and this became the tourist zone. So, but I will show you one place out of 2 that I remember that actually existed, and that was Bogota Beer Company right here, BBC. So this was here, I think, as far back as 2010. Okay, so yes, BBC, Bogota Beer Company existed. And then I'm going to show you the one other place that also existed. But it was a store slash bar, but now it's a franchise. And we'll see that here in a couple minutes. That's, again, I say we take a walk down memory lane here. Again, this is where kind of, this is a new place. Again, everything changes here all the time. Seems every 6 months there's a new restaurant or a new bar. But this is where it all started for me. The second half of my life, after I left my teaching job in Vancouver, Colombia, I came here. And for the first few years that I was here, I just kind of took it easy. Made a lot of friends here, and enjoyed life for a few years before I got into real estate here. Take a look down here. Again, this is what I loved about my old neighborhood, having a river run right through the middle of it. Now where I live in the little pueblo that's becoming a city just outside of Medellin, El Retiro, it also has a river running through it. So maybe there's a pattern to my life. I'm not sure. But this is Provenza. And again, years ago, this was all houses. And then the only other thing that was here for sure was it's a tienda, or a store at the time, but they also had a couple little tables out front. Now you can see it's kind of crazy. Okay, this has turned into a major bar, and that's El Social. El Social was here many years ago, but again, it was just a little store at the time. You could get milk and a few different groceries in here, but then they decided to turn themselves into a bar. So this is Provenza now. Completely changed. I was a novelty when I came here, one of the few gringos, but now no one even looks my way. I used to walk into a mall, Tesoro, same thing. I was one of the rarities here, but now this has become a major tourist hub. Hence, I don't live here anymore, but a lot of the clients we work with come from overseas, from New York, Miami, Los Angeles, Toronto, Vancouver, many places to come and find a new life. But my advice is this has become kind of an Airbnb hub, the district of Provenza and surrounding area. And some people live here full time, but I think the good life right now that's not as gentrified as much and turned into a tourist area like this is just outside of this area in places like Envigado, Sabaneta, also places like El Retiro, where I live. So all this has been transformed into a park. I'm going to take you down to my old watering hole where I used to meet up with my friends and party on Friday and Saturday night. But yeah, it's doesn't even look like it used to anymore. So there used to be a little bakery right over here, right by the basketball soccer court or football court. And then this was all houses here. Again, around here you used to see places like this, sasterias, which is places where you get all the sewing done on your clothes. That was the only thing that really existed around here. There was actually a little Spanish school that was in this place here, which was then converted to one of the first few apartments or Airbnb places before Airbnb really existed, or it was still new. I used to live up in the penthouse up there, which was cool because it was in the area where a lot of fun was taking place. So this is a brand new, I think it's about a year and a half old, Salvario. As you can see, one of my friends, this is his hotel. His name is Felipe. And Felipe, this was his brainchild right here, Salvario. He did a beautiful job of this little boutique hotel. But yeah, the whole neighborhood has been transformed into small hotels. All right, let's continue down memory lane here. So right here was the place we used to play basketball and football with my buddies, Juanse and Tomas, all my other friends who used to run a bar right in this little area here. That bar was created in around 2000, I think 2013, 2014, and that bar was called Gunner. Okay, again, it's all been blocked in here, as you can see, but many a nights at Gunner. But then this place right here was a bar called Echo Bar. Here's the what they call the cancha, the basketball football court. Okay, and then right over where all those tables are there used to be a bar where I met all my friends called Echo Bar. Okay, some of the people watching this video will recognize that. So yeah, there used to be a little hole right in the wall here where Echo Bar was. Again, many a fun nights spent here with Thomas, Juanse, Pedro, Juan Mateo, all my friends. This is where we would meet and have many a fun nights. Again, all this here was outdoor tree stumps. You can still see they have the tree stumps there. Okay. Many a great nights there, for sure. So we'll do a little bit more of a tour here of my old neighborhood. Now we're right in the street called Primavera. Okay, this is actually the border between Provenza and Parque Lleras. And back in the day, you could drive here, but they've closed it all down to cars now. So, yeah, this is the old hood that's been completely transformed. So I'm going to take you to one more place of note where I was one of the very first customers on the day, and that is Cafe Pergamino, that opened up in 2012. I was one of the first clients there. It was the first kind of cool cafe here in the city of Medellin, and now they're a franchise. They're all over, even at the airport. So this is another hotel that my friend Felipe actually created, Celestino, and then sold. But yeah, this is all houses before. There it is, right there, Cafe Pergamino, where I used to go for coffee all the time.
My father in Medellin. You're the best.
So a neighborhood completely transformed in the last 10 years. Again, a great place to visit for your first time coming to Medellin. This is Via Primavera. And again, this is the entrance here. And then just down this way here is Parque Lleras. Let's take a little walk down here. When I moved here, this was the party zone and all the clubs for the locals, local Colombians. And then I would say it completely transformed, especially after the pandemic. It changed so much. Unfortunately now, it's kind of the red light district in this area right now. I don't know if they're going to change that. It's legal here, but again, different than when I first came here. Completely different. So the Charlie Hotel was there, I think, as early as 2010 or 2012, somewhere around there. But yeah, this is the heart of the club zone, Parque Lleras. Okay. And then that hotel there, the Marquis Hotel, was only completed, I would say, three or 4 years ago. So yeah, so again, my old neighborhood's right here, completely transformed. Would I live here anymore? No, never. But I live just outside of the city, where I enjoy it a lot more. But a lot of our clients that come here love this area, so they're always looking for places in and around this area, either for rental places or to be an end user. A lot of them actually end up living here. So yeah, so just for some context again, this is my old neighborhoods. Again, I started in Provenza, but this is the area of Parque Lleras, and again, completely changed. So for many people looking for a new place to live, expats, Medellin is the place. But it's not for everyone, as I will explain in some of the videos to come. But it's a place I've really enjoyed living for the last 15 years now. So I'm actually in my 15th year of living here. So, but there's many other places that we will feature on our website that are not in Colombia. So Portugal is one of them, We'll be adding Spain and Thailand soon also to the new website, ExpatCrib.com. But I just thought it would be good to give a little context of why we started the website, originally NomadCrib, but now have kind of transitioned or graduated to Expat Crib, because we know that life in Canada and the US is completely changed also. So many people are looking for their happy place abroad. And that's what we want to help people do, is find their happy place abroad. And for some people, it's going to be Medellin and other places in Colombia. And for other people, it will be places like Thailand, the Philippines, Portugal, Spain. There's many other places, beautiful places to live in the world. But this is definitely one of them. So, hope you've enjoyed this little walk and talk today and understand why we've created Expat Crib. So, stay tuned for many more neighborhood walks around Medellin. And we will also be showing apartments mainly for sale here, houses too. But for those people looking to relocate, this is one of the most amazing places in the world to relocate to, because of the weather of Medellin is amazing year round. So this is Ian from Expat Crib signing off, and we will see you in the next video.